So this is the SB2 harness. This is how it comes in the mail. You got your main components here. You got a stereo output jack. You got where your 9-volt connects, volume pot, balance pot, and then the main infrastructure of this harness. And on top it's got the bass and the treble controls. This is a concentric pot, so you will need concentric knobs, which you can get on eBay or Guitar Center. It's all already wired up. The only thing that you have to wire into it is on the balance knob. You'll need to wire a ground, the neck, or the bridge pickups. So if you're doing this into a bass guitar, you'd obviously put the input of the neck pickup soldered onto the right side here, and then for the bridge, soldered on the left, and then the ground. If you were going to do this on an electric guitar, 2 pickups, you can balance the 2 pickups. If it's like a Stratocaster, you can do really cool stuff other than just 2 pickup configurations. I put all 3 single coils to here. I put a piezo pickup on this side, so I balanced a piezo to the 3 single coils. Make sure that you do know how to solder so you don't ruin these things because you can overheat these circuits. So you will want to tin up your soldering iron, and if you don't know how to do that or you don't know what that means, watch a few videos on YouTube. You need some good solder. I use 6040. I actually got this at Advanced Auto Parts. They sell this there for like $2.50. So that's what you need to get going. So this is the base that I'm going to be using for this project. It's just a yard sale base, and this is a really good candidate for a harness because this is not a very high quality guitar. These are just really passive, just regular pickups. There's nothing really special about them. This is the passive sound that it makes, and then I'll show you how it sounds after we do the project. So the first step of this project is to be opening up your bass, and you're just going to open this up, and I need to unscrew this back pick guard, but I'm also going to need to unscrew right here. I can judge from this that this is my neck pickup and this is my bridge pickup. The black wires are always ground, or they should always be ground. The white wires are the hot wire for my pickups. These are the ones that are going to go onto the balance. So these 2 whites are going to go to their respective parts. And then you're going to ground it. And I have a main ground wire from the back of the bridge that will go into this ground part. You can see on this bass, I have plenty of room to put a battery in there. But you will want to look at your bass and see if maybe you should route out some more room, or you have to figure out what to do if you don't have any room for a battery in your bass. And now that I saw what my wiring situation was on the other side, I'm going to need to undo these knobs and unscrew the pots. And then there's a few ways to get these pots off. You can use pliers really carefully so you don't scratch anything. We're going to take these off. This kit does come with new ones to put on. Now that I got all 3 of these off, I'm going to flip this back around, and these will come right out. Okay, so now I have my soldering iron all tinned up, ready to solder. Got the fresh smell of lead-based solder in the air, and we're going to take off the ground wires first. First one. You can see it's right there. Now since these wires come all frayed like that, I'll probably have to strip it back a little bit to get a clean set of wires. I'm just going to quickly take off the pickup wires. Now generally, on a bass, the input wire will go to the middle ring of the pot. So I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this because I really don't need these. Now the next step that I have, set this up in here and get them all screwed in to where they're going to be, and the output jack where it needs to be. So that's going to be my next task. If you look inside of here, you'll see little pieces of solder, dirt, stuff like that. You'll want to clean all of that out. Now, one thing I noticed while setting this up is that this stereo jack cannot go through this hole that was originally made right here. So I have pretty much two options. I can unsolder these wires and feed them through, or I can make this hole bigger. And I really hate the mess that would make, so I'm just going to go ahead, since I already have my soldering iron out, and I'm just going to go ahead and redo these connections right through there. I'm doing them one at a time. I don't want to forget where they go, and I don't want to waste time. So I have everything fed through here right now. Alright, now we're going to take a look at some of these wires that are in here already, and you can see that it's completely frayed. So we're going to cut back these wires. You're going to use a wire cutter. If you have one, that's the best thing to use because it does it clean. Just cut them and then scrape them. Alright, so since there's only one place on here to put the ground, I like to solder all the grounds together and then use that as like one big wire. Bridge pickup. And then the last one's going to be the neck pickup. Now we have everything wired up. The only thing we need now is a 9-volt battery. Just remember that this small one with no circuit on it, that's the volume. This is the balance or blend, and this is going to be your bass and your treble. So we're going to put those in accordingly to however you want to set those up. So I have all my components screwed in tightly. The next thing that you're going to need is your 9-volt battery. It can kind of just wedge in here and stay in place. So then we're just going to cover this back up, and then we're going to go into the knobs. Alright, so this is how a concentric pot would come. You have the bottom side for the lower half, and then this other part fits on top. So you can move one without moving the other. And you will need an Allen wrench for this. Then I'm going to do the top. And you can match up the notches any way you want. There's a notch right there and a notch right there, and then the 2 screws on the other side. However you want to set that up, whatever your preference. I'm going to put these other matching ones on here. This first one is my volume. This one is my balance. And then my bass and treble. Let's plug it in and see how it sounds. So this is the final product. I'm going to show you how it sounds. Using no EQ on the amp. It's a PV keyboard amp. Using just a little bit of reverb, but no pedals or anything like that. Just the guitar with this new harness. And I'm going to show you a few different positions of the pickups and the EQ. All right. So here we go. These are both the pickups together. Just the bridge. Just the neck. So this is how it sounds. Let's do both of them together, neck and bridge, and adding the bass. taking it all the way off. My favorite thing to do is to put the treble all the way up. Then you can really hear the notes crunch through, and the harmonics are really good too. It's so much more powerful and so much clearer, and just everything about it is just a better guitar now, a better bass. And that's what this harness does for you. Especially if you're going from passive, you're going to notice a huge difference. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I really enjoyed doing this. I'm hoping to put out a lot more videos like this. If you have any questions or any comments, just leave them for me in the comments section, and I'll get back to you. Alright? Thank you.